Hey, what up? Lazy here as always. In this episode, we're back on Forza Horizon 5 and we're here with the Nissan Sentra Nismo. And what I want to do is build an all-wheel drive drift car, which should be pretty interesting. This was one of my favorite and go-to drift cars in Forza Horizon 4. So let's jump in and get this build started. Okay, so for this build, I want this to run a lot of power. We have a couple of engine options, but honestly, I want to go with this, the 3.8 litre V6 twin turbo. That's from the R35. As for the drivetrain, I want to go all-wheel drive. Alright, jumping into the aero. For the front bar, I'm just going to leave that stock. I don't really want to run aero. For the tyre compound, I want this as slippery as possible, so I'm going to go with snow tyres. I'm going to bump up the tyre width to 245s in the front and in the rear. I'm going to leave it on the stock 18s. As for the rims, I want to go with these Work RSZRs. And we'll bring the track width all the way out in the front and in the rear. Alright, jumping into the drivetrain. I'm going to leave that where it is. It's already fully adjustable. I'm going to upgrade the drive shaft and I'm going to chuck in the drift diff. Alright, jumping into here, definitely going to need a brake upgrade and drift suspension. That looks alright. Unfortunately, that's the lowest it'll go. We'll max out the sway bars in the front and in the rear. Definitely no cage, and we'll chuck the weight reduction on now. 2683, that's not bad at all. Now, as for the engine, I'm going to chuck everything on it. I want to go full beans with this. So, yeah. Let's go through, chuck everything on. We'll get the final numbers when we get to the flywheel. So here we go. 1016 horsepower, 829 foot-pounds at 2,684 pounds. I can definitely make that work. Awesome. So there is the build done. The paint is also done. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that awesome stuff. It's much appreciated. Cheers. Now let's drop in a tune. Okay, so for the tune, I want this to be as slippery as possible. So for the front tire pressure, I'm going to bring this all the way up to 45 psi, and I'm going to max the rear out at 55 psi. For the gearing, no matter what we do, we're going to be on limiter, so I'm just going to pull this all the way back to a 220. For the alignment, I'm going 5 degrees negative in the front and in the rear with camber, and I'm going 5 degrees out in the front and in the rear for the toe. All the rest of the suspension's fine. If you want to download this soon, share code's at the bottom of the screen. As for the brakes, I'm going with my usual 30-140. Yep, right there. And as for the diff, I'm going to lock the front. 0 is fine. I'm going to lock the rear at 100. I'm going to take the 3% out. And as for the split, I'm going 75% in the rear. Awesome, so there's a tune done. Now let's go give this thing a rip. Awesome, so there we go, 1.189 mil isn't too bad at all. Apart from transitioning too late and hitting that guardrail, this was a super solid run. It transitions really nicely, it snaps, holds angle, but yeah, overall, this has to be one of my favourite cars in Forza Horizon 5 now. But that's it for the video for today. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Laters.